All right, guys, so it was just announced in the blog, the Rebirth team, and we definitely got to talk about this because it's the new Bio Raid team, which cool because the Web Warriors do have a hard time at higher difficulties in Node 1. If you get RNG'd out, and Scarlet Spider can just, if he lands his ultimate because he's dodged too many times, he can wipe your team. And then obviously in Node 2, it's a huge RNG fest because they put Infinity Watch on there with the immunity and safeguard on spawn, which is lame. The X-Men members, the Phoenix, the Colossus, that's a problem. Honestly, Web Warriors do not struggle at all in the boss node. So I have mixed feelings about this team. I think it's cool that not going to struggle on those RNG checks anymore, but Web Warriors are also, they would be a year old in the middle of December. So they're being replaced at their first year anniversary. Not a fan of that, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and talk about it. There's going to be 3 new members, 2 old members. We got Captain Carter, Agent Venom, US Agent, and they're being joined by Captain America and Winter Soldier. And I think that's kind of why I don't hate the reworks. I really like Captain America as a character, and Winter Soldier, I liked his MCU version, so it's okay. Like, thematically, it sounds fun. Obviously, they're all bio. Captain Carter, oddly enough, is a support. Agent Venom is a blaster. US Agent is a controller. So it's kind of breaking down that way. And then Winter Soldier, blaster, and Captain America is going to be the protector of the team. And once again, they are a bio raid team. Notice something pretty cool. Agent Venom is also a symbiote. He's got that tag. Let's see if we can revitalize our symbiote somehow. Well, let's jump into this, and we'll start by talking about Peggy Carter, aka Captain Carter. We'll go through her kit. So basic. She's going to attack the primary target, chain to one adjacent enemy, and apply regeneration to the most injured ally. That ally is a Rebirth, going to double up on. Cool. The special costs 4 or 4, so relatively up quite often, only costing 4 and up on the first node. She's going to gain a bunch of buffs, deflect, counter, and death proof. In raids, she's also going to give that to Rebirth allies. And she's going to heal herself and all Rebirth allies for 10% of her life. And she can also revive a Rebirth ally with 60% base health. If there's no Rebirth ally, she's actually going to give an extension on all their buffs by 1 up to a maximum of 3. Pretty cool. So it's kind of like the anti-Venom special. If he didn't have to revive anybody, he would get 4 energy back. Instead of getting energy back, she's giving extension on positive buffs. Cool. I can get down with that. Then we have the ultimate, 3/3, so very, very cheap ability. It's going to be up quite often. She's going to attack all targets for 350% damage. She's going to clear all negative effects from herself and 2 negative effects from all allies, not just Rebirth allies. She's going to heal herself and Rebirth allies for 20% of her max health. So she's doing a lot of healing. I've seen a lot of regeneration, lots of healing, giving me healer vibes on the ISO, but, you know, we always wait and see. And in raids, if this character has 3 or more Rebirth allies, going to apply Safeguard for 2 turns to self and all Rebirth allies. That's really big to me. If I'm thinking about the nodes, I'm thinking about that Moon Dragon on the second node or the Eternals on the boss node, that Safeguard stopping you from getting all your stuff flipped. That's going to be pretty important. So cool. Let's head on over to the passive. A nice little book for us to read. So on turn, apply regeneration for 2 turns to self and all Rebirth allies, plus a 50% chance to apply assist now on a random Rebirth ally. Let me get that. Let's do that again. On turns, that's on her turn, not on any turn. She's going to apply regeneration for 2 turns to her entire team. That's like a lot of healing. Plus 50% chance to assist. And maybe her assist, we don't know the ISO attack. Maybe that's also going to give the regenerations because her basic does. She gains block chance. She gains armor. She gives armor. She gains max health. She gives max health. 30%, that's pretty standard. I like how it's not locked behind the raid tag. See what is locked behind it. On spawn, apply defense up for 2 turns to self and all Rebirth allies. I wish this was not locked behind the raid tag. This is going to make them very, very squishy outside of raid and very susceptible to getting destroyed. We'll see if they have any way, any value outside of raid. When this character Rebirth ally drops below 30% max health for the first time, heal that character. Okay, so gain more healing. Gain an additional 30% armor. Cool. So in raids, she's giving 60% armor to herself and her entire team, and 60% max health to herself and her entire team. So this is going to be a very tanky team. I just hope they have the damage to get through the nodes without timing out. And we move on to Agent Venom. I think he's going to be my favorite character of this team. I really like Venom, and Agent Venom's pretty fun if you've ever read the comics or seen him in shows. So that's pretty cool. Let's read his kit. His basic, on primary target for 300% damage, apply defense down for 2 turns, chain to one adjacent target, doing the exact same thing. In raids, chain to an additional adjacent target, again for the damage and for defense down for 2 turns. So in raids, he's going to do 3 chains, right? Reading that correctly? I think so. On any crit, apply bleed. Cool. So I'm leaning towards Raider, just reading that. Give me Raider vibes. Special 3 out of 3, so we're going to get to use this quite often. Attack the primary target for 100% piercing. Bonus attack for 2 times for another 100%. If this character has 3 or more Rebirth allies, bonus attack again for 200% damage. So that's, what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 500% piercing damage is a lot of damage. And in raids, it'll flip a positive effect to a negative effect on each attack. So 4 flips total. Cool. That sounds very powerful. Very powerful single target nuke. His ultimate, 4 out of 6, so it's available turn 2. Attack all enemies for 250% piercing, plus 25 additional damage for each positive and negative effect. So that's that Heartless ultimate. Let's read the rest. In raids, if this character has 3 or more Rebirth allies, on crit, repeat this attack. Attack cannot be dodged. So definitely Raider vibes. If we can get that to hit twice, think about Doctor Strange Heartless ult hitting twice. So when you do this attack, you want to target the enemy that has the most buffs and the most debuffs. Whatever number is the highest combined, right? So make sure you're doing that. His passive, in raids, if this character has 3 or more Rebirth allies, on this character or Rebirth ally block, attack the most injured enemy for 100% damage, ignoring. Okay. This team is going to block a lot. Peggy Carter, we saw block in her kit. We know Captain America. I'm assuming US Agent is also going to be blocking because he's got a shield too. So Agent Venom is going to be popping off this passive quite often. You're going to want high red stars on Agent Venom. If you only whale out on certain characters of a team, it looks like Agent Venom is going to be that character. Gain 5% crit damage per Rebirth. Okay, so he's a Raider, right? Gain 30% damage. Rebirth allies gain 30% damage, so not locked behind raids. And in raids, okay, so him and his entire team are going to get 60% damage inside the raid. That's where they're getting. Well, and then I'm assuming Winter Soldier is going to help out as well. US Agent. And I don't think US Agent is going to do damage because he's a controller. We'll see. Attack the primary target for 300% damage. Gain 2 deflex. Okay, so you're going to get some blocks out of him there. Helping the Agent Venom passive pop off. A 3 of 3 on the special as well. Attack primary target for 300% damage. Apply ability block. Chain to one adjacent target. Also applying ability block. So 2 ability blocks. In raids with 3 or more Rebirth allies. Bonus attack a non-summoned enemy with the highest speed bar, ignoring taunt and stealth for 300% damage, and apply ability block for 2 turns. Apply ability block for 2 turns to primary and secondary target instead. Okay, so in raids, he's doing 3 different ability blocks, 3 different targets, getting ability blocked, all for 2 turns. Cannot be dodged. This is going to be pretty impactful. But I'm still seeing some holes in the kit. Thinking like trying to get through that Colossus on too. He does have that increased. Anyway, let's continue. The ultimate also costs 3 of 3. Attack primary target for 300% piercing. In raids, it'll apply stun to the primary target. In raids, if this character has 3 or more Rebirth allies, apply slow for 2 turns. Okay, great. Enemies killed cannot be revived. I wonder if he'll have enough damage to take out somebody like the Adam Warlock. We'll see. His passive. On turn, clear 1 positive effect from all enemies. Great. In raids, if this character has 3 or more Rebirth allies on self or Rebirth ally block, they'll speedbar. Okay, so lots of blocks happening, making your Agent Venom do damage, giving you speedbar to US Agent and the entire team. He has 25% block chance. He gains 30% focus. He gives 30% focus, and the same thing to his Rebirth allies in raids. So 60% total in raids. Cool. It's a lot of focus. Now let's get on to the reworks. So, stat reworks for Captain America, looking pretty beefy on the health and damage. Armor not too crazy, but he was actually pretty tanky before. He got a very, that might be the biggest stat buffs we've seen, but he was also probably the most crap character we've ever seen reworked. His basic, so this is the new basic. He attacks the primary target, applying offense down for 2 turns. He's going to do a 2-chain attack as well, also giving offense down for 2 turns. That's great. He'll gain defense up and counterattacks break the chain. Fair enough. What's his special do now? Clear all negative effects from self. Clear 2 negative effects from all Rebirth allies. So it's a cleanse. Gain taunt for 2 turns, apply defense up for 2 turns, and immunity. Oh, that immunity is going to be big against that Adam Warlock on node 2. Grant 1 ability energy to 1 to 2 random Avenger allies. Grant 1 ability energy to 1 to 3 random allies. In raids, grant 1 ability energy to 4 random allies. So it's not going to affect the Avenger stuff, but the random allies and the random Rebirth allies, lots of energy is going to be going out when you use this special. Lots. And the cooldowns on our Rebirth characters were all like 3 or 4 turns. So you're gonna be spamming ability. I don't think you're gonna be using many basics. The ultimate, attack the primary target, clear 3 positive effects, chain to 3 additional targets, also clearing the positive effects. If this character has 1 or more Wave 1 Avenger or Rebirth allies, fill speed bar by 60% for himself. If this character has 3 more Rebirth allies, gain 5,000% focus on all attacks. Okay, this is very important because this is how we're going to get through that Colossus. The same reason Secret Avengers Kestrel, the Kestrel Ultimate, the Sharon Carter Ultimate, to get that 5,000% focus. They're like the go-to to take out Colossus if he's got defense up, because he has 3,000% resistance. Captain America is going to be the way you get through that. Great. So that's the answer for Node 2, Wave 2 of his passive. This was like very long. On spawn, apply 2D flex. Okay, so lots of blocks, giving speed bar to US Agent and Agent Venom just popping off. When this character Rebirth ally drops below 50% max health, clear all negative effects from self and gain taunt. Great. On death of a Wave 1 ally, heal. Okay, that doesn't apply. Gain 25% block chance, plus 20% for each event. Okay, so he's blocking every single. Awesome. Block amount. In raise, okay, so he's gonna never take damage. With his armor rework, which wasn't too crazy, but his block amount is huge. The health he's gonna be getting from Peggy Carter is huge. He's getting health as well. Wave 1 Avenger allies gain 20% max health. And then in war, okay, that doesn't apply. That part's don't. Okay. But he's going to be a crazy tank. Great. Captain America getting some recognition as good. Now we move on to Winter Soldier. So Winter Soldier also got reworks. He got a huge boost to his resistance, a huge boost to focus, which is nice. 30% damage increase is also very good for him. He can really pop off. I know the enemy Winter Soldiers on the tech nodes really hurt. So basic, the new, it's going to attack primary target for 300% damage, 25% piercing, and it's going to apply defense. Another source of defense down, that's great. His special is going to attack the primary target for 300% damage, apply bleed, bonus attack for 3 times, and also apply bleed. Okay, so one thing I am noticing, we got some offense down for Captain America, we get some defense down, we have a couple bleeds coming in, and then Agent Venom, he wants to be attacking debuff targets. We also have ability blocks. We have some debuffs, but not a crazy amount to feed or to set up an Agent Venom like monster ultimate. We'll see how that goes. But that's a hole I'm currently noticing. We're on the last character now. His ultimate, clear 3 positive effects from a primary target, attack primary target for 630% damage, so it still is a very strong nuke. In raids, 3 or more Rebirth allies. Gonna apply stun for 2 turns. Great. It's gonna apply disrupt. Okay, some more debuffs. Cool. For 2 turns, the primary target. He's also getting 5,000% extra focus. And it clears positive effects. So this is going to be another method to get through that Colossus on node 2. Fantastic. And it'll also be a way to stun the Eternals, right? Fantastic on the boss node. As attack cannot be blocked or dodged. Fantastic. Great. So that's his ultimate. Let's finally look at his passive, and then we will be done here for today. New, when a Captain America ally is attacked, apply offense up. When a Captain America ally is attacked, apply offense up to all Rebirth. So you're going to have offense up the entire time. This Captain America with his 2-turn taunt, just beating the entire time. The energy he's going to get, he's going to be taunting for the most of the time. You're going to have offense up like 99%. Gain 30% resistance. Rebirth allies do the same. In raids, they get an additional. So that's 60% resistance total there. Gain 25% crit chance. Rebirth allies gain 25% crit chance. So that's going to help our Agent Venom. Hydra allies, who cares? If Baron Zemo or Captain America is an ally, gain 20% max health. So he's going to gain more health there as well. The Winter Soldier can be pretty beefy as well. All in all, I think I see the way they're going for this team. I do think it's going to work on the nodes. I don't know how I feel about Web Warriors getting the boot already, but we'll see. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. And in the next video, which will be out in a few hours, we'll be talking about the events coming this week. Until then, take care, and I'll see you later. Bye.